support for this show is brought to you by
Manscaped.
Have you ever escaped your man? Well, if you haven't, maybe it's time to start.
Do you trim your gooch?
What's the gooch, Brian, just for people who don't know?
Do you know that bit between the asshole and the ball sack?
Right. Well, Manscaped are the best at, should we say, below-the-waist grooming. They offer precise sort of engineered stuff, very similar to, but almost exactly like, because this is their product, this. And this is the Lawnmower 3.0 that's from Manscaped.
Ooh. What is good about this? See this bit here?
Yep.
Very handy for not nicking you.
Ah, right, because you've had problems with that in the past when you've been shaving your...
balls with a razor.
Yeah, with a razor? On your balls?
Well, the thing is...
Do you do it in the shower, or how do you do it?
You know, with the sack, you got to really sort of stretch things
it out. Because it's quite a membrane,
difficult, isn't it? Yeah. So with that, it's a lot easier. You're just sort of hovering over it almost, do you know what I mean?
This is their 3rd generation trimmer, which is why it comes with
the little light. If you're on your way somewhere and someone attacks you in a dark alleyway,
you go, back or I'll trim your balls. And the guy goes, what? And you go, back off, hairy ball man.
Well, the good thing about trimming that area is obviously it just makes it look more presentable. Women like that. This is one of those things where I'm a hairy guy,
right?
But if you look closely, everything's deliberate.
There's
None
lines.
of this is by accident.
Yeah, exactly.
Battery lasts up to 90 minutes.
Yeah.
You could literally shave your balls for the length of a football match.
Exactly, but also have a break for half time.
They should sponsor the kickoff this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, imagine that.
It's ironic you talk about cutting it into halves because it is a two-sided procedure for
right.
me.
Do you separate the balls almost like you're sort of latticing them?
No.
Oh.
I've quite a large ball sack. It's a real full big ball sack. So I like to pull it from the bottom as far over as I can. Get all that done. Just imagine that.
Just in
Get
there.
all that done.
Mm-hmm. What?
And
like,
then
what? Like this?
Once you've done that, 45 minutes later, should be done. Back down, and then you take the top off.
Yeah. Do you know the hard bit is around the sides? Do you ever think that? It's not the bottom of the balls, it's the side of the balls.
Bit for me.
Ah, really? Okay.
Heading towards the gooch, that's when you really want to knuckle down.
Nah, but the gooch isn't the problem for me. I actually got a very tight gooch. They've also upgraded to a 7,000 RPM motor, so this thing goes faster than some mopeds.
Let's get that bush to tush clean.
There you go. So they've gone, well, they go from the ball sack all the way around to your tushy, your big old butt.
He's literally just tapped it.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Well, I mean, when we say we have just tapped it,
with each other.
Let's just be absolutely clear during this middle of this ad read. I've never tapped that ass, all right? So you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code TRUE at manscaped.com.
TRUE is the code. Yeah. Be sure to use it. Link is in the description below. This lot, they've funded this episode, so they're literally making you lot happy and trim.
It literally says on the script here, use code TRUE, your balls will thank you. Thanks, sir, Manscaped. These are great, by the way. I will use this for my face as well.
I've been using that one.
Have you?
That very one.
Just leave it there.
Floyd Mayweather, 43 years old, allegedly fighting Logan Paul.
We love this.
This is the most 2020 shit ever. Floyd Mayweather spends that much fucking money. He needs to now think of random people who he can get in a ring with and fool everyone into buying the pay-per-view.
Who'd have thought someone who calls themselves part of the money team would be so bad with it?
No, but this is the thing. He isn't good with money, and that's why this is having to happen now. The problem is he can't fight actual fighters anymore. He can't get in there with a Canelo Alvarez. He'll get wrecked. He needs people who he can pretend like it's actually dangerous for him.
Be honest with me.
It's what he did with Conor, basically. Which, to be fair, he handled quite well. But
with all due respect to Logan Paul, is this a bit embarrassing?
Absolutely. I love Logan, don't get me wrong. I'm not having to go at Logan. But the point is he's 0-1. And the one is against a guy who also did not have a professional boxing record. And then you're going to go in there with a guy who's got 50 wins under his belt. Floyd Mayweather should not be fighting people who are 0-1. Or anyone, for that matter. He should be resting home with his feet up. But the problem is he spends too much fucking money. So now he's got to do this bullshit. The reason this is interesting is Logan's social profile, but also Logan's a big motherfucker. He's a huge guy compared to Floyd. I mean, there's 50 pounds difference here.
Do you think Floyd's all right?
I just think he's a guy who only knows how to make money one way, and this is the only way he knows. If you look at Floyd Mayweather's boxing career, for all that Floyd Mayweather was the best ever, I don't remember him getting the endorsement deals that the other sporting greats had, like Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, Tiger Woods,
Roger Federer.
He didn't have those for some reason, and it might have something to do with his personal life. He didn't get the kind of cash that these other ones got from wearing clothing. He had to earn every penny in the ring. He isn't the businessman that anyone has made him out to be in the past, or that he has made himself out to be. So now he's having to do this ridiculous shit. However, as a friend of Logan, I'm buzzing because Logan's going to make a fucking fortune. And I always thought that the worst thing that could have happened to Floyd Mayweather's legacy was for him to go in there with Conor McGregor and get knocked out. I was wrong.
Didn't happen.
I was wrong. It didn't happen. However, this would be way worse for a YouTuber to be the one, and I'm not suggesting that this is going to happen, but you got to think to yourself, he's 43 years old. Yes, he's probably going to go in there, dance around Logan, outpoint him, but if by some miracle a 200-pound Logan Paul does manage to land a glove on this guy, he would hurt him. It's going to be way harder than what Floyd's used to taking. Weight classes are there for a reason, and Logan is several above Floyd for this reason, like, because he's a much bigger man. And if he's the one of all people on planet Earth to give Floyd Mayweather an arse kicking, it would be the most insane moment in sports history. It's so much of a risk for not a lot of reward. And if you honestly now believe that Floyd Mayweather is as rich as he makes out he is, you're a fool. Floyd Mayweather, if he was as caked out as he makes out, would not be fighting Logan Paul. The guy needs the money. 50 Cent called this years ago. He said the way Floyd Mayweather spends money, he's going to keep taking fights long after the Conor McGregor fight, and then he's going to end up getting caught. He's 43 years old.
This fight should be called With All Due Respect, because both of them could go in and go, with all due respect.
Yeah.
You know? Neither of them should do this.
The only one who wins, though, automatically is Logan. The fact that Logan's getting in there with the greatest of all time, he's already won. After all the shit real boxing fans talked about KSI versus Logan Paul, imagine the carnage, the brain-melting agony boxing fans would go through if, of all people, the man to deliver the one to Floyd Mayweather was a fucking YouTuber.
Well, that
would be beautiful. That would be on this table.
It could lead to you fighting Anthony Joshua.
Fucking hell. Probably not. I'd rather not. Maybe Ricky Hatton?
Sure. Well, in his current state, probably weighs as much as you.
Ricky Hatton still knocked me out. Let's be honest. Like, the guy can move.
Yeah.
But this is a classic case of how greed can fuck you up. I really hope Floyd learns this lesson so we can all laugh in his fucking face over and over and over again. You got slept by a fucking YouTuber.
Yeah. Here's the worst bit. You lost to someone who used to be on Vine. Imagine he does it in under 5 seconds. That'd be amazing.
There's no way Logan's taking a dive either.
No way.
Like, Logan will take this serious.
It would make such a good video if he did take a dive, though. That would be incredible. What a vlog, am I right? Mike going, you can't do it. All right? You just can't. All right?
Do you know how sometimes when you're watching a sporting event, you think, I wish I could use my one wish of the sporting year to change the outcome of this one thing.
Yes.
For you, it's
I did that.
Liverpool winning the league.
I did that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
For me, Logan Paul knocking out Floyd would be the thing I'd use my genie moment on. I would love it.
Kanye.
A former adversary of Floyd Mayweather, Mr. Conor McGregor, arrested again. It's a tricky one, this one, because this story doesn't add up. To me, it doesn't seem legit. Conor was on holiday in Monaco. He's doing this thing for charity, isn't he?
Lovely part of town. Yeah. He's just trying to give back.
He was actually photographed in a Lamborghini that turned out was the one that we drove in the
Monaco video.
Yeah, we had
it's
it
a nice
first.
Lambo. Sure, we ran up a couple of miles on it. Sent it back in. Boom, Conor can take it now.
Allegedly showed off his manhood and assaulted a woman following a heavy drinking session at the port of Calvi. Look, he's been on holiday with his family and we've seen him photographed with them a lot. His whole trip seems very, calm. It didn't seem like a wild one at all. The whole point is he's coming back from the toilet and apparently she's saying he flashed her.
So here is what is key, right? Some men go in, right? Then obviously they're busting for a fucking piss. They're so happy. You're a little bit all over the place. And someone else goes in, they go, fucking hell, it's Conor McGregor. And you go, And then as you turn, you don't want to wash your hands because you don't want that guy to join you again. You turn away. You're scrambling out of the toilet at this point because that fucking weirdo's next to you. You can't get your cock away in time.
Have you had someone do this to you?
It's happened once, yeah.
Really?
And then
Lawrence McKenna thing?
as you walk out...
Was he checking your hog out? Really?
A bit upsetting because he went, I expected that to be much bigger. I went, well, the balls are massive, and I pulled them out. I walked out, right? I'm still tucking it back in.
Both the same.
You're still tucking it back in at that point. Yeah. I believe that's what's happening. She's gone, oh my God. And he's gone, no. He's looked over at his wife. He's gone, no, I didn't know, no. And she's gone, Connor. And normally...
Put your dick away, lad.
Yeah, exactly. And normally that just ends with, Connor. But in this, she went, I'm calling the police.
Yeah, on the one hand, I'd rather not cover this because there's literally no evidence. There's innocent till proven guilty as far as I'm concerned. And I don't agree with trial by social media. You got his agent coming out saying, I'm sick of my client being used as a payday here, everyone viewing him that way. It's fair, you know what I mean? That could well be the case here. However, McGregor has been arrested quite a lot of times in the last couple of years, and he isn't viewed as a good guy anymore because of all of the bullshit with the hitting the old man and the other accusations he's been through. In his defense, though, he is one of the probably 10 most famous people in the world. And when you look at those other, athletes and musicians in that group, Chris Brown had his accusations, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar, all being accused before of similar sort of stuff. It comes with the territory. The minute you hit megastar and you are that rich, it does seem that people view you as a fucking payday, and that's just a fact, as sad as it is. So hopefully, they get to the bottom of it. He has put out a statement.
Yeah, he doesn't deny it in the statement, sadly, but he does say God bless DNA. So, I mean, what he's saying in a very roundabout way is,
well, I think the opening line is, I will never kill myself no matter how many wish for it. And I get what he's opening up with there, because even at low level fame that I've had, it does feel like people just enjoy the downfall of anyone.
Right.
It's fun to see someone who was successful come crashing down, and some people revel in it because it seems to make them feel better about their own lives or whatever. So he covers the baby father claims that we see in rape, indecent exposure, WhatsApp group. Never will I fold. The truth is the truth, and it gives me wings.
Yeah, but it would be even better if you could just say, but just put specifically on the truth, sort of, I didn't do it, sort of truth.
The fact is McGregor is not an angel. We all fucking know that for a fact. However, nobody is. He's far from perfect, but to say that he's then capable of some of the horrible things that people have claimed in the past, which haven't been proven to be true, is a big stretch. And until any of that is proven, I think we should class them as innocent. I think that's the only fair way to treat this. Never will a dime be paid to anyone coming at me with vicious lies. The one thing that people have accused him of is paying people off. And what he's sitting there saying is, I've never done that, I never will do that. He's basically saying he's innocent.
It'd be great if he could just say that.
He hasn't worded it that way, but he has kind of.
Yeah.
In a round.
Say it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a fan of the guy, you all fucking know I was a big fanboy of McGregor. It's been a shitty time to be a McGregor fan. It's been a lot in the last 5 years of crap performances in the cage, and very few of them, and a lot of bad headlines. And we talk about Mayweather's legacy. He wants to leave more of a legacy than what we're currently watching, which is,
put it this way, it's a sippable whiskey.
I like his whiskey, but it's...
Here's what I've just found out, having read the article. Toilets are unisex. So even more reason that you'd be walking away from the toilet. If you're a little bit drunk, right? You just go, to the toilet. And you get in the toilet, you're pissing, you turn around and oh my God.
That actually does make some sense. But I don't want to say that that's what we're saying.
No, that's not what we're saying.
Just to be clear,
I'm just being Sherlock fucking Holmes.
It's an example of what could have happened.
Yeah. Clearly, Angelina's also seen something she wanted.
I mean, if anything will get your knob out, it'll be Angelina Jolie's lips.
Well.
Sorry, what?
Rule of 6. The Rule of 6 came into effect in England from Monday, banning gatherings of more than 6 people due to a surge in COVID-19 cases. The rule prevents groups of 7 or more people from meeting, and if you break the restrictions, you'd be fined £100.
What about going to the pub? Can I meet them there? I can.
Can you?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, but not over 6 people can sit at the table, though. So
we're in the pub together, Lawrence. It doesn't fucking matter.
No, it does. Meeting in a group of 7 or more people is against the law. more.
The world's gone fucking mental. And do you know what it is? We're such an obedient bunch of fucking morons that we're actually letting this happen. You got this maximum of £3,200 that can fucking fine you if you want to have a meet up with a family. After everything that we've all done for the last fucking how many months? Organisers of gatherings over 30 people can be fined as much as 10,000. Is that including the restaurants that you've encouraged us to go back and help out, eat out?
No.
Is that anything to do with that?
You got it wrong. It's eat out to help out.
Whatever.
Or help out to eat out.
Whatever.
You love eating out.
The reason that they're talking about a second lockdown is because of the spike in infection. What were you expecting? We'll have to get the fucking plaster off and go back to normality. Of course, when we send everyone back to work and we get back to some form of normality, there's going to be little spikes here and there. You got to get on with it, man. They're changing restrictions all over the place. So up north, they're putting in curfews of like 10 p.m. for the pub because that apparently will help reduce the rate of infection.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because that means I can get bladdered from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m, but I'm not going to get infected because by 10 p.m. to 10:01, I'm tucked up tight in bed, Lawrence.
Well,
everything's fine.
No, you'll leave
Don't worry about it.
Leave the pub at 10. You'll be back home by 10 past 10.
Whatevs.
Yeah. Well, no, not whatevs, Brian. Plan things out.
And what they never do when they're justifying these ridiculous bullshit rules is they never actually say what the current death rate is. It's 20 people daily currently out of 66 million. So we're fucking the economy hard as humanly possible for that kind of fraction. That's what we're doing here. Does that make sense? Fucking stupid cunt. I was on the fucking train the other day, took a sip of me coffee, and in between sips, I had someone come up to me and go, "You gotta put a mask on, mate." I'm literally just about having a sip of me. No, you gotta put it on in between sips. I'm like, when did this become the Nazi country where every fucking sip of my coffee is being fucking monitored? Can I just sip me fucking coffee? It's performative bullshit at this point. The way they're trying to go, the university is going to take it into the new care homes. No. Do you know why? Because young people's immune systems is much better than old people. Hence why 65s and over are 1,000 times more likely to die from this. Infection rates going up, but the daily deaths are actually not that high. Why is that? Because the people who have died were always the ones at fucking risk. Unfortunate for them, it's awful for them, and the families, I do feel for them, but the point is, we're not going to see anywhere near the level of deaths again because they're already dead and you failed them. Now fucking people coming up to me thinking that we're all breathing in the same air on this fucking train, but in between coffee sips I've got to put me fucking mask back on because that might fucking save some lives, will it?
I think the point is there are people out there who can be a bit more sensitive about it, but it doesn't mean everyone has to act the same.
It's when people are starting to tell us what to do now. It's like, do you know how compliant so many people have been for months? People have put their mental health to one side, income to one side, their savings have paid for the fact that they then can't go out and they can't work. We've all done our bit as long as we possibly can. It's gotten to a point where people are at their fucking wits' end, man. And now's the time when we've got to allow people to just get back to some form of normality and go, you know what it is? You lot out there who are fucking panicking, you're all worried. We get it, but I can't live my life for you lot anymore. I've done my bit. We've done our time. Anyone who's suggesting we go back into lockdown, fuck you. You fucking lock your cell down in your garage. Do what you need to do.
I think I found what the problem is here. Do you know why they had all the test shortages? Boris worked it out.
They've got all this going on and Boris can't even deliver the fucking tests. How can you claim to know infection rates, to know actually what is actually going on?
Well, that's
when
the thing.
You're not even Boris, can't even do your job to get the fucking tests together.
That's the best thing about it though, Brian. He doesn't know.
Of course he doesn't.
But do you know why, Brian? It's our fault because there was a colossal spike in demand. Well, of course there was.
Well,
because you were telling the population that there was a problem with it.
Who could have seen that coming in February?
Yeah. Don't do too many. It'll be all right. No one's going to want to get tested for coronavirus.
Honestly,
all right.
Do you know when I knew it was like really, really bad? We've always slagged off loose women for years, and I actually found myself agreeing with Denise.
Yeah.
And I'm watching her going, she's speaking more sense than Boris Johnson.
You're going, sister, that's so right.
What the fuck is the world coming to?
Good news now, guys. There is a wave set to hit the UK in mid-November. A wave of gaming fever.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That isn't actually an illness, just in case anyone was worried. It's the PS5. Do you think it's beautiful? I'm a little bit. Do I want that sitting in my living room?
I love it, personally.
Love it.
Do you know why? Because they've gone out on a whim a bit and they've gone and made it a bit different looking. Like, we've seen plain and boring black. Do you know what I mean?
Don't know whether you've noticed what my style is.
2, 3, 4, they were all pretty much the same. I mean, the Xbox is so boring to look at.
See, this is my favorite part of living in Harlem. Pop-up street fair, best food in the city, awesome music.
Scintillating gameplay so far.
There's a person following a person talking to the back of their head. No one ever does that.
No one.
No one ever does that. This is PlayStation 5 now. We should be beyond this.
Right.
The fuck is going on? I'm a little bit triggered from earlier, but this is not right.
The bridge is coming down.
So it's like where you're just jumping from person to person, beat that one up, jump to the other one, beat that one up. It's not even like it's like cutscene fighting, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not really doing any of it. You press triangle now. Do you know what I mean? That's not gaming.
Yeah. So I'd just be bored of this within a day. I'm not even just saying that. I'm
so ungrateful.
No, it's a beautiful looking game there, and I get why if you're a major Spider-Man fan, you'd love that. But to me, the gameplay it's very cutscene.
Good.
You look at the Harry Potter one. The Harry Potter one actually looks alright.
I'm not into that shit.
Magic, both beautiful and powerful, binds together our long history.
Boring.
I actually do like Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's basically just magical private school.
Every corridor, every portrait.
But again, not gameplay.
That does look realistic though.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I want the gameplay.
Witches and wizards who came before.
The Sorting Hat.
What would you be?
Which one do you think I'd be?
Gryffindor.
That's what everyone wants to be. I'd be fucking Slytherin, mate. Bang!
I'd be Slytherin.
No, you'd be the one that no one gives a fuck about.
You can say a lot about me. Indifferent is not what I am.
Yeah.
I'm a Slytherin.
You know Slytherin, though, they have to be able to sneak in the shadows? That's not happening, is it?
I'd be one of Malfoy's mates who got done for drugs or whatever.
What? Is that what happens in it?
No, in real life.
Oh, yeah, he got done for the drugs. Yeah, I saw that, yeah. We need to make a promise right now. When the PS5 comes out, you and I will turn all the lights out and we'll play a scary game together. I'll be Deji, you can be JJ.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
And we'll do it.
Okay. Because I'm definitely not Deji.
We've got to do it. My pants are filled. This is so scary.
All right, we'll do it.
Okay.
We'll do it. On launch now. Next up, it's the No Jumper podcast. Bit of a fan of it. I love the rap podcasts that he did over the years. Adam22 has had every rapper on there at this point, pretty much. And
built a great brand.
He's gone into a bit of a different direction with these ladies.
These two women here are the rejected...
Ladies, Lawrence, be respectful.
Sure, I think women and ladies are two very...
Be respectful.
Okay.
Now.
These two rejects from the Cinderella movie are doing a podcast.
Yeah, so the one who's the black-haired one on the far right there.
She alleges some stuff about some stuff that happened with some men who were tall, shall we say.
Yeah, there's a sports team that basically ran a train on her.
Right.
And I say that in the most affectionate way possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I imagine they were very affectionate when they did it.
Degrading women because she fully wanted to have them all up inside
and
her.
Around her.
All around her.
And it was all...
Yamma.
Right, okay. What that then turned into was a very viral clip where...
Because of the team that she fucked.
Right, and we don't know who that is and we don't know which sport it is. But that then sort of gave them...
basketball on her jumper there.
Yeah, that sort of gave them some notoriety within the industry. And before we knew it...
Apparently her OnlyFans went mental for it. So,
naturally, right? Because if your favourite person... jizzes in a woman's mouth, of course you want to see that woman naked. It only follows logic.
There's times I really hate men. This is one of those times.
Absolutely, yeah. Now, what then happened was these two women were allowed to sit where Adam sits and allegedly become the interviewer of another woman who looks basically like a mirror image of these two women.
Just distant relative, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's she done then?
She also knows a lot of famous men, and Odell Beckham Jr. is allegedly one of them. I will preface this entire conversation by saying this fucking lady has lied about other people in the past and ruined their lives. Do we really want to endorse these kind of people?
Actually, no. So I don't actually. I think we should just. Actually, I'm thinking we should just move on.
Yeah, good.
Well,
you know what? Fuck her.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I actually was. I was gonna, but
Yeah.
we're not gonna be a part of the problem.
Right, good. We're part of the solution.
Fucking shut the fuck up.
True Geordie 2020. Kanye West pissed on a Grammy. That's right, folks. Kanye West pissed on a Grammy. That's the news. The problem for him is and I did say this on Twitter, he's got 20 more of these. So God knows what he's done with the rest of them around the house.
Off as well if he wants.
Yeah, exactly. But then I do feel like wood really soaks up this sort of thing. So that's
Is that wood?
I think so.
I don't know why it's in the toilet. you can't flush it. Can you see his knob in the reflection of it?
No.
I bet you a few people have checked that.
Yeah, probably. Have you seen the picture of Drake sipping out the Grammy? Basically, Kanye West was pissed off that he doesn't own his own music. He wants to be able to own his own music. He then called himself Moses, or the new Moses.
90% of the record contracts on the planet are still on a royalty A standard record deal, which is a trap to have you never recoup basically what you bring in.
And there's all these hidden costs like distribution fees. Many labels put in their contracts to make even more money off your work. He then posted his contracts that he has with multiple record labels. You see all the contracts that he's posting? I feel like this is taking back power, isn't it?
As someone who has been frustrated with contracts before in the past, I totally get why you'd want to go, this is how I'm being treated right now. When you're a billionaire, you can act like this.
Kanye is helping people to realise they don't need to take part in shitty contracts anymore.
Well, the music industry has changed. Like, that's the great thing about getting like YouTube famous now, is people can just sort of make their own way. But even still, at the Jake Paul KSI level, where they're trying to go from that to mainstream, they're signing record deals.
Yeah.
Because the record labels hold all the fucking cards, don't they? So,
which is the disappointing thing in that sense.
Yeah, you can't really beat these people.
If you own the means for distribution, you own the means.
That's why Kanye knows this, though, because Kanye did this with the Yeezy thing, where he was like, people saying, why didn't you start your own merch like label and just do it yourself? And he's like, I can't get the distribution that Adidas and Nike can, so I got to sign with them. He knows he's beaten, so why is he complaining now? He's played the game by the rules, and now he's at the top. He wants to change the rules and become even more powerful, and you can't do that. It comes off as just another Kanye rant, which it isn't. He's actually bang on about this stuff, but everyone else is happy playing the game and getting rich, and the record labels are taking all the cut. All the cut.
It's Carole Baskin.
Do you think if you're her partner the whole time you're thinking, when do I die? Oh, you should come meet the tigers.
I think there's something hot about going with a woman who might fucking kill you, though. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but not when the woman's like that.
Men out there will know what I'm on about. Like, when you're a bit unsure of the woman you're with, you're like, she might just fucking stab me to death one of these days.
Right, yeah.
There's something about...
Cut off your penis and throw it out the window of a moving
Not
car.
quite that far, because obviously we're going to need that. But
death would be better.
Have you ever seen that Ben Affleck movie, Gone Girl or something? There's this scene where she's like stabbing the guy to death as he's coming inside her.
Yeah, we've spoken about this before.
Crazy, man.
Yeah,
honestly.
we spoke about
Carole Baskin's that bitch, isn't she? She might do that. And there's an element of like excitement with that kind of girl.
Yeah. Having said that,
I just like crazy women.
you know when Tony Blair did the whole Iraq thing, he started to feel evil afterwards. Carole Baskin sort of got that.
Absolutely.
Do Iraq
you know the difference is? She is not giving a shit.
Carole Baskin doesn't give a fuck.
She is out here rising up.
Back on the streets.
Oh, she doesn't give a shit.
Well, not only that, but she didn't do it, so why would she have a conscience?
Chop my husband into mincemeat.
Fed him to the tigers, now I'm back on my feet.
How can this be? She's a fucking murderer. America.
Yeah, she's murdered the dance floor. She should do that next week.
Murder on the dance floor. That would be really good.
So good, actually.
And then she's waiting at the camera, if you know what I mean.
Like O.J. Simpson when he wrote the book, What I Would Have Done.
So just to put this into perspective, because obviously a lot of you guys are from the UK, Dallas Cowboys football player. Sounds like the mother had cancer.
Yeah.
His brother subsequently committed suicide
Deal with it, yeah.
after dealing with his mother's, illness, and everything got too much in COVID, quarantine, all of that. Like we've been talking about, mentally it's fucking not helping people. And now he's opening up and trying to speak about it publicly, as I'm doing, as many other people out there are doing.
And he's a massive public figure in America. Like playing for the Dallas Cowboys is like playing for Manchester United.
Absolutely.
So this is a big move, and he's been very open about it.
But when it comes to the quarterback of an NFL team, it's the ultimate leadership position in sports. Am I right about that? Mm-hmm. You are commanding an entire franchise. I don't have sympathy for him going public with, I got depressed. He's the quarterback of America's team. And you know and I know, this sport that you play, it is dog eat dog. Mm-hmm. If you reveal publicly any little weakness, it can affect your team's ability to believe in you in the toughest spots, and it definitely can encourage others on the other side to come after you.
Okay, so that's Skip Bayless, who's basically, I mean, would you say he's like the Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher level of America?
I think he's below that. Basically. That's part of the problem.
But is he listened to on a mass scale as much as they are?
Skip has a massive platform. He's seen as a bit of a joke, and this is
this would be why then, and rightly so, because he's coming out there and saying that admitting that you're having mental health struggles will have you seen or viewed as weak by other people, and that people within your team won't listen to you as much. What the fuck are you talking about, mate? As if the opposition are going to tackle you any harder or play any better against you because they know that you've had depression in the past. And then when he talks about being weak, you've got people like Tyson Fury, current heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson, previous and all-time great heavyweight champion, who both admitted, despite being brutal, boxers who are manly men, yes, we've had thoughts where we felt weak. I just can't believe that this is still going. Do you know what I mean? That this fucking dinosaur attitude is still out there. And it's usually with extremely thick people. They've given him a platform. Who the fuck is this who employs him?
It's Undisputed. So this is pretty big. It's FS1, Fox Sports 1. Yeah. It's a massive platform.
Sort it out.
Yeah.
Get him sacked. Simple as, really. In sport, this needs to just be a complete different mentality now, because even in this country, you don't see footballers able to open up as much. And this guy's taken it upon himself to be brave, to be strong, to try and help others. And then you got this clown trying to make a mug out of him for it.
Here's the silver lining to the cloud that is Skip Bayless in sport. A lot of people have condemned him, like you have. A lot of people have come out and said, no, you're wrong. We don't actually believe this. What you're saying is bad for sport. What you're saying is bad for men. What you're saying is bad for all these people.
His brother committed suicide. He's trying to do something good for people out there who are struggling.
You also don't get to this position without being a strong person in the first place.
What, is he the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys?
For the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, that's a leader of leaders.
Yeah, so put it this way. What he's done is he's pointed out what you need to be in sport, which is tough. You need to be able to compete. You need to be able to get in the minds of other people. You need to be able to understand people. What Dak Prescott has done is actually showed he understands that. Skip Bayless has condemned him for it.
You can't be a champion of any sport that is high level like that without having those dark moments or questioning yourself every now and then. Those people who dig deep, they're contemplating stuff like that sometimes. So
credit to him, because I think he probably knew that there'd be some backlash like this.
Yeah.
And that someone
stupid prick
like that would say something like that.
It's a strange one, this. I don't really know much about this geezer.
Well, he's Gary Lineker's son.
It's his brother, isn't it?
Really?
A family have decided that he needs a girlfriend for his own sanity and health.
So here's my criteria. Do you want to weigh up some of these criteria and we'll...
Strong, nice, loving personality.
Tick. Right.
Now to the more important things.
Right.
I'll let you handle this.
You must like older men, but only me. You have to be a worldie and above 30. Okay, 28, 29 would work. Does your penis work? But not my age, as that would just look weird. You must like to travel and to fly business class. I know the amount of women out there who are going, oh, I hate flying business class. This is shit, isn't it?
Yeah, but they also have to look at the 58-year-old penis.
And stay in incredible... You're going to have a 58-year-old penis one day.
No, but right now it's in prime mint condition.
Really? Mint? Absolutely mint condition, not a mark on it.
Never
no
looked
scuffs?
better.
Really?
I mean, it's never looked...
Show me. What makes it better than a few years ago? All right.
Be prepared to give up your career or job, or at least be able to work from a laptop on a tropical beach.
Brilliant.
Do you know this is one of those things where sometimes when your dad sends you a text message, no offense, Dad, and you go, don't write that. This whole thing.
You'll need to be able to spend summer in Ibiza and winter in Dubai with 2 weeks.
Do you know the saddest thing is there are some, I actually know personally, there are some girls out there that will read this and lap it up. He said a dog is acceptable but will need a passport.
Well, yes. I mean, if you want your wife to be able to travel with you, she will need a passport, mate. It's a joke.
Oh. You must never have shared a teeth whitening post.
To be fair, that does discount a lot of the women who probably found this attractive.
I mean, that's 99% out of it.
Accept and love my children and grandchildren and realise no more kids for me. Never say never, though. Cheeky. Be intelligent, but not boring, says the man who spelt accept, ACCEPT.
This guy's going to be dead in 10 years, though.
Yeah, I know. So think of all the cash. All you've got to do is spend 10 years with this guy, and then the rest of your... He's definitely having a heart attack.
In all of this?
Gary. I bet Righty absolutely rips the shit out of Gary for this. Righty's really laughing at him. Your brother's a proper cock, isn't he, Gary? And Gary's like, no, he's not. No.
Is this guy just because he owns the nightclubs in Ibiza or what?
Yeah, he's loaded.
Is that his whole thing?
To be fair to the guy, if you can make your money that way and have this life, great. Here's the thing, right?
There's an age, this is the thing though. We're in our 30s.
Right. We're all in our early early 30s.
But even in that stage of your life, you
Late
start
20s.
realising that there's certain places you want to be. And for me personally, at this age, nightclubbing in Ibiza is not one of them anymore.
No.
I think I'm too old for this, let alone this motherfucker. He's 20 years older than me.
He goes into the club and he goes, "Hey, Wayne," and they go, "I love what you've done with your hair." He goes, "Yeah, it's all natural." And they go, "Yeah, cool. I'm natural blonde." He's like, "No, it's grey. It's grey. Yeah, cool."
I don't think that we should all live exactly the same. And if this is what he wants to do, fair enough. But did you see the video of him pushing the girls in the pool?
No.
It's time to pick which dream dog I'm taking out on a date.
Why are these girls demeaning themselves?
No, it really is bad. Though.
Yeah. Look at these two. Fine. Bloody hilarious. Yeah. Can I take both of you?
Oh, you pushed her by the tit.
I know. Yeah, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
You know what I'm thinking here? This shows how old I fucking feel now. Imagine that's like your sister or your daughter or some shit, right?
Yeah.
And like that would make me want to get on a fucking.
Well, here's what would happen. Yeah. Hello, love. Yeah. Yeah, you're not my daughter anymore. Okay, thanks. Bye. Yeah,
it is a bit like that though.
It is.
Like, and that made me think, if you're allowing this guy to push you in a pool and like reject you, I probably did miss that in life.
How low's your self-esteem?
No, but that father-daughter relationship.
Right.
Because if you'd had that, you wouldn't be talking to this guy, would you?
Well, I mean, everyone's allowed a little bit of fun in their life. The problem is, when you go to Ibiza, you don't think of hanging out with Wayne Lineker, do you? You just sort of think, hey, think of all the fun guys I'll meet. And then when you get there and it's COVID, he goes, hey, no one else is here, but this is my bar.
This is the thing. This guy is...
Sambuca's on me.
This guy's 7 years away from getting his bus pass. Is that bad?
Yeah, his balls are probably rocking more than those girls in the pool. So.
Like, that's why he's got low shorts on.
Yeah, because...
they're really far down.
Yeah.
Should we say this weird little kid who's been watching us?
Yeah, sure. So what's he doing?
He just watches the entire video back. I thought it'd be funny because he watches us.
So we'll watch him watching us watching him.
No, but he'll be totally oblivious to the fact that this is going to happen. So he'll be watching it right the way through and it'll be like, we're watching you now, bro. He doesn't do much commentary. He pretty much just sits there and watches the entire video. Just let him go.
So is everything all right in the Wembley Cup video? I don't know what's Wembley Cup. I'm not at all.
What? What are you saying, muffled man? Not only that, but he's watching this quite early because there's only 800 likes at the time.
Can you believe the fact that he's put feet Stephen tries for the views? As if True Geordie's not enough.
Surfing. Surfshark. Bit first. Anyway. Internet.
He even flips the sponsor. How rude!
You're getting the content for free, you ungrateful twat.
That is ungrateful.
So, if you want me to play your promos, huh? Look at me. Look at me in the eyes. Come on. Sponsor me, honey. Come on. Do it. Come on. Sponsor me, honey.
I kind of like this guy's badass attitude.
Is everything all right?
I'm fine.
Right. Then what are you doing here?
Looking at Stephen.
Yeah. And why Stephen looking at you?
That's wonderful.
Right.
I'm really glad he's enjoying it though. Like, this is how I feel.
Smiling a little bit.
Take a photo of yourself watching this and show us the face you make when you watch True News. Does that make sense? Yeah. Don't show us your dick.
He's got quite a
likable smile, white teeth.
He actually has a little bit of a feminine face. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
His eyes maybe. Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't
like
mean
cow.
that disrespectfully. I just mean friendly. Like,
yeah.
You know? We get you. Release the fucking documentary. Think you're sick, man.
Did you catch any of that?
No idea what this guy just said. Here's the worst thing about this, right? He's watched this back afterwards and gone, yeah, perfect. Subscribe to her Hark. So what did you say?
Like, I was having to lie down on a towel.
You thought you'd wet yourself?
In my bed. It was, I probably had wet myself. No.
That upset him. He didn't like that. Yeah.
Hello guys and welcome to the Happy Hour YouTube channel. This clip is very, very different to any other clip you've seen on this channel thus far.
It's not. It's
very, very similar.
Him talking.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, so far he hasn't asked. It's 15 seconds in and no one's mentioned a meal deal. So
how long have we been doing this?
About almost 2 years. We're almost at the 2 year mark.
Are we going to give Stevie a trophy for lasting longer than anyone else?
Yeah, exactly. While everyone else was killed off, Jack...
I love that. This is written like The Sopranos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jack...
We're friends, but, you know,
they
at
finished
some
the
point,
podcast.
you
One
take
day.
them out the back, shoot them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they go, Duty, it's time we had a chat. And then Duty's like, what, mate? And he bang! Duty's dead. Bang! I'm Alex is dead.
Oh, I'm Alex is still alive.
Did anyone else ever do it?
To many people's dismay.
Yeah.
It's strange that it's now here.
I feel nervous. It's more news for me than it is for you guys, I'll be honest.
All right, well, let's stop there then.
This is very much like The Office, isn't it?
Yeah, there's good news and bad news. You're going to have to start paying for Spotify. And the good news?
I'm going to be rich.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still thinking about the bad news.
I'm filthy rich!
Beyond my wildest dreams!
Yeah, and Stevie's also making a mildly better salary.
£5.
Yeah, exactly. Stevie, you can now get 2 meal deals.
But this will affect some of your lives.
It will, but it's affected our lives more.
How is this a thing?
Do you know when I first watched this, I didn't realise how ironically funny this
I know, yeah, it's so weird, isn't it?
And now we can finally announce it's happened to Joe Rogan. It's only gone and happened to Jack Mate and Stevie White.
He's got his black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Absolutely fantastic. Well done, guys.
Well done.
You've nailed it there. Yes.
We have gone Spotify exclusive.
Yay!
We are now only available on Spotify. Now
you can consume us in less places, which is fantastic news. Sorry, what was the good news? It's on Spotify.
You were on Spotify beforehand.
Yeah. You've always been on Spotify. You can't get it on Apple anymore. Well, that's good for me, who has Apple. How am I supposed to say this is good news, mate?
The point is
you're on Spotify. You've been signed up.
We wanted to congratulate Jack while also taking the piss out of him.
Yeah, which is what we
I'm sure
do.
he'd have loved.
Yeah, exactly.
So well done to Jack Mate. He's signed with Spotify. His podcast no longer on YouTube. Now you got to listen on Spotify.
Here's the good news, though. I did text him and I said, Jack, does this mean you can't do our podcast at Christmas? He said, no, I'm actually allowed to do a certain number of guest appearances elsewhere in the year. So
now that he's making so much money, I think we're going to have to
drop him from the Although
make him buy the presents.
Here's the thing: they might go, oh, Jack, we'll watch you on that Christmas podcast you do, and he goes, yeah, it's just a little thing. Don't watch that because I want to keep my deal going. They see ours.
Good point.
Bang!
Jack, you want? Come on,
come at me, Stevie.
Big well done to Jack Mate and Stevie on the Happy Hour podcast getting signed by Spotify. What we want is for our mates to get as much fucking money as possible, and also I think it's better for YouTubers generally when this happens because it means that we might actually get a competitive environment where people like us guys get more money.
Put it this way, right? The logic that we have is if someone will sign this shit, it's only a matter of time for us, all right?
No, but well done, Jack.
You had Kieran Carlin on a few weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? Kieran Carlin, Will's editor.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about standing in the background of the Wembley Cup video. To be fair,
Jack has asked a lot of people about what happened at the F2.
It's excellent.
I just wish someone had invited him to that event. So none of this was necessary.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he could have just gone, I was there, instead of saying, through your eyes at the time. And what was the meal deal you had on that day? I'm really happy for Jack.
Well done, Jack.
Jack's worked very hard on this.
And also, as a friend, I'm very, very proud of him. Blue Van Man. Right, folks.
Right, folks. I was watching Chris the Butcher. Well, we were watching Chris the Butcher, weren't we, Jim? We're on his live chat. They're quite entertaining, folks. And anyway, somebody actually challenged me and Chris to deep fat fry a pork fucking pie.
A pork fucking pie. If you are eating at home, eat along with us. It's pretty therapeutic. Yeah.
Yeah, you see the. Stupid dog.
Dog barks. Blue Van Man. Stupid dog.
I've never had chips.
Not since my mum died.
Come on, let's kiss you.
Not since my mum died.
So cute.
So lovely. I've never had chips. I need to kiss you.
And then she goes, not since what? Someone died?
Not since my mum died. Well, she used to fry chips.
She did, didn't she?
This is what I live for with these two. Little things like this. I have no idea why that's so funny.
It's so cute though, isn't it? Not since my mum died.
They're just so wholesome.
It's also the way they went,
I love the fact that he's like, I didn't really pay much attention. You know, like clearly, obviously it's something that she remembers and that's important to her, bless her.
You can tell that Dave could have gone down a joke route or another route, and he went, let's avoid the joke route with the mum passing away thing,
147.
Well, why don't you pause it till we're up to temperature?
I'll tell you what I think we'll do. We'll pause it, and then when we get up to temperature, we'll be back. You won't even fucking know we have gone. So we are back, folks.
Imagine if real TV was like this, like Philip Schofield was like, we'll be back after these adverts. You won't even fucking know we've gone.
Have you got it, babe? You got my camera up? Right, I want to go obviously for a bit that has the batter on.
I love how supportive June is of him. He just sort of hands her the camera and then she just goes, here's my husband eating a battered pork pie.
I want to see if it's any good.
Well, yeah.
What?
There's not enough batter, is there?
No.
It's just crunchy pork pie.
So you can say we're not going to be doing that one again.
That's one of the worst reviews I've ever seen from him.
That's probably the worst review we've ever seen from BVM.
That's as close to a thumbs down as he gives.
Yeah, that.
Tomorrow, 4 o'clock,
yeah.
if you're watching this on the Saturday. Boom. On Sunday, it's Chelsea, Liverpool, on the kick-off, all the lads, back again, Lawrence versus Rory.
Happy birthday to
Pretty fucking tough game.
Huge game.
You know what I mean? So it's going to be balls out, you know what I mean? The lads are going to be going at each other. I'm looking forward to it.
Not with our balls.
Not literally.
Yeah.
So tune in, live on the True Geordie YouTube channel, 4 o'clock. It's the kick-off. We'll see you there. For now, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you there.